Go get him.
Go get him. So one thing that I love about Pine Cove, I just love how intentional they were with Parker, you know? I mean, like, they were looking for character traits and found some that I didn't even see in him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they had the swimming and the blob and all the summer camp things, but they have this Christian mentor who's there 24/7 with him, and I know he's getting godly counsel and leadership the whole time.
Yeah.
I feel like Pine Cove is so different than other summer camps because they're so focused on Christ. They're so Christ-centered. And then at the same time, they're others focused and they make it really fun for the kids. I think the main difference is the counselors. They're just these vessels of God and they're so servant-hearted. They are what make camp for my kids. They're incredible. Pine Cove does an amazing job vetting and finding these camp counselors that we're going to pour into our children, our boys and our girls, and make an impact on them, that they will leave camp at the end of the week just inspired and strengthened.
But I think too, Parker feeds off the excitement. Like when you pull into Pine Cove, like all the counselors are jumping around and shooting silly string, and it made everybody feel included.
Thinking about sending your kid to Pine Cove, I would say, like, you're probably feeling like all the feels, like, wow, is this place really as great and amazing as everyone says and the videos say? And the answer is yes, it definitely is. They just leave so empowered, and it's something I can't give them. It is as awesome as it seems, and it's as trustworthy of a place as it seems.
I think what was really fun when I picked Parker up, usually when I ask him, you know, like, hey, how did it go, you know, at school or whatever, and he's like, it was good. I think what was fun when I picked him up from camp, like, everything was fun. He talked about the lake, and then he would just talk about friends. Like, he didn't go with anybody that he knew, but he came back and he was like, I just like hanging out with my friends.
Yeah, he was almost like reluctant to leave.
Oh, completely. He wanted to go back the next day.
I make a point to try to mention this to the boys counselors as we're leaving for the week. You don't know what kind of impact you've made on these kids this week or any other week, and you may not ever hear that. But I said, you know, I was a camper at the ranch when, I don't know, 5th, 6th grade, you know, 30 plus years ago, but my counselor's name was Solo. Like, I could describe him to a T because he made such an impact in not just my life, but really all of us in my cabin. And most of those guys from my cabin I'm still friends with. And every now and then it'll come up, hey, remember that summer, those 2 summers we were there, and when we did this or we did that. And so it's been really cool as we've gone back, and now these guys have experienced my camp. Like, that's my summer camp, you know, and are telling me some of those same things that they did and sharing some of those experiences that I know, you know, 30 years from now, hopefully they're saying the same things to their kids. And a big part of that is, yeah, I mean, camp is awesome and all the experiences are awesome, but it's the relationship with those counselors and the impact that they have investing in these kids' lives that makes such a big difference.